Our Hustle. It's presented by Oikos 000. We're breaking down the players or teams who need to stepping up their game this week. Peter, who needs to fuel their hustle?
Down to Tampa Bay.
Let's go.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, this is your moment, my friend. You know, this is it. You started off with the red-hot 2-0 start. You're now 2-1. Got the Bears this weekend and then a bye week. So think about that. You got a Bears game, then a bye week. What happens if you go out there and throw no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and the Bears win 28-7?
He gone. Hey, Fitz, let me talk to you.
Fitz, you're out. But what happens if you go out there and throw for 350, 4 touchdowns, and beat Khalil Mack and the Chicago Bears up in Chicago? Fitz, come into my office because we're going over the game plan for the week after the bye. It is that simple.
Right. Have your stuff in Oikos and go over the game plan.
Let's go. Let's chug some Oikos.
Protein.
Let's have some fun. Fitzpatrick's off to this fun start. I mean, it's been fun. This is historic numbers as far as yardage goes. But let's get serious here. If he does not play well and they lose this game and there's a full bye week to start thinking about Jameis getting brought back into the team, they're probably giving the ball back to Jameis, whether you like it or not. But if Ryan Fitzpatrick is undeniable this weekend and goes out there and lights up the Bears defense in Chicago, I don't know how you can justify to either the fan base, Fitzpatrick, or more importantly, the team to say it's in our best interest to go with a guy fresh off the bench than you. Fitzpatrick, go have yourself a game, extend this career, and extend this season. I want to see Ryan Fitzpatrick. I want to see you fuel your hustle by Oikos.
He has a great game. That stat line that you wrote up, which didn't have an interception on it, by the way, but loses the game. Thoughts?
Yeah. You know what? I think it gets one of those situations where Dirk Cutter, you're under the light. What do you want to do? Even if they win and he doesn't play well, I still think Jameis has a shot at being the next guy. But if he goes out there and his lights out, you can't replace Fitzpatrick. It's interesting.
Undeniable.
All right, I'll jump in. Now, I want to mention Dak Prescott, okay? And I'm going to. And shout out to Hamilton, our genius producer / researcher. And I got these numbers, 25 pass attempts, under 200 yards the last 5 games, and all the guys that did it since 1970. Forget this. Okay? Who cares? Who cares about these numbers? Like, I can show you this board, and I can sit there and go over all these numbers and tell Dak, what you're facing and the history of your position. Dak, let me just talk to you, bro. Listen, I don't care if Zeke is the man. I don't care if Jason Witten is putting on the suit calling games. I don't care if Dez Bryant is sitting at home tweeting every weekend. This is your team. A couple years away from possibly signing a big deal at the quarterback position or falling into a space of being a backup quarterback and everybody saying it's the reason why you're a 4th-round draft pick. This is the time for you to put the team on your back. Go out there and be undeniable like my girl Kay says. Do your thing. Forget the numbers, forget the stats, forget the wide receivers. Forget that everybody's on the hot seat. Garrett, Linehan, you, the White House. It does not matter. Dak Prescott, go ahead and take control. Your rookie year, you were in some kind of zone, man. You couldn't be stopped. You need to get back in that bag. Go put that hat on. Go be the bad guy. Stop smiling, stop saying the politically correct thing, and go dominate the game. So for me, it's Dak Prescott. Go shut everybody up. I don't care if guys aren't open. Throw them open. And if they're not open, tuck that ball away and make a play. Make sure everybody around you elevate their game so the Cowboys can be talked about in the light they should be talked about and not the boring football team as we're talking about right now.
Bravo. Yo, fuel your hustle.
Bravo, man. You want to go?
Sure. I'll go. I'm going to go with the Falcons defense here. They're taking on the Bengals this week. And if you look at the Falcons in general, the offense has sort of found its rhythm. I think they're very confident after what's been going on the past couple of weeks. Only the Chiefs and Rams have scored more over the past 2 games than the Falcons. Now, they did lose Deion Jones, and they've lost Keanu Neal and Ricardo Allen. That's not an excuse. They're going up against an offense that does not have Joe Mixon, that might not have a full-strength A.J. Green, if at all. So that's not an excuse. They need to find a way to step it up. I think they can, and meet the level that the offense is playing. Look how this is dismal. They don't need to be a number 8 defense like they were last year, guys, but get out of this basement that we're looking at where you're bottom of the barrel in pretty much everything that matters, and I think that they'll be fine, and they'll be Super Bowl contenders. To me, the key to doing that is a guy like Vic Beasley. He's getting so much grief right now for not doing anything. This is a guy who led the league in sacks, remember, when they went to the Super Bowl back in 2016. Also, Takk McKinley. He had 2 sacks to start the year, missed week 3. Now he's back, and he should be doing things as well. Vic Beasley did have a sack last week, which is nice to see, maybe going in the right direction. But we all know Andy Dalton, when he's getting pressured, doesn't handle it as well as some of the other quarterbacks in the league. So if Mixon, if Green, not 100% is out there, this to me is a bring it all to You were going to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. You've got the red-hot Bucks. You've got the Giants in 3 straight weeks after. This is a get-right game if you feel your hustle.
Nice. Get right. Get right.
I'm rooting for the Falcons. It's like the Dan Quinniest thing of all time to rally them after losing those guys on defense. I'm rooting for it. I think it'd be incredible. But the guy who I think needs to feel his hustle is the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady. Let's go. Guys, this is the biggest September football game of Tom Brady's career. Okay. The biggest one. If you want to go back to find a bigger game than this, you will go to 1998 Michigan versus Donovan McNabb's Syracuse team, which he lost. It's that big. September games, he's lost 3 games in a row once in his career, way back in the day. And guys, things are different. This feels like a different Patriots. It's sort of like we've been waiting for this for years. And the shot that really rang through to me from the last game wasn't on the field. It wasn't in the post game. Give me the shot of Brady coming to the sideline. This was, I thought, very relatable in a way. This helmet toss right here, that's not anger, that's not frustration, that's hashtag exasperation. Just keep looping. I cannot get enough because all of a sudden this is a guy coming home from his job and it's beating him to hell and he kicks his boots off and gets a light beer out of the fridge and lights a cig and sits down for a Salisbury steak TV dinner, just wants to watch some Last Man Standing. This job is beating the crap out of me. These kids running around. I'm in this house. I can't stand it. He looks like he's at the end of his rope, and I know there's help coming. The help in the form of Julian Edelman, who's coming off a knee surgery. He's just going to make the whole offense just magically work. He's Julio Jones coming back. It's just going to explode now. I don't know. We'll find out. I know there's a comfort factor. I know there's a big third down factor. But I have never seen Brady with that body language. And I'm not condemning him for the season because of it, but it's fun to look at because normally he's, let's go, let's do this. Christ, these guys. That's what that feels like to me. So, biggest game of his career in September. If he loses to the Dolphins, it gets harder to chase everything with, but it's the Patriots. Yeah. We'll see.
It's so messed up that you're saying that that's fun to look at.
It is. It's almost like I feel it because I can't relate to Tom Brady in any way.
Yeah.
Not some of us,
Except for that.
I used
Very autobiographical, huh?
100%. I used to work at a sanitation department where raw sewage would come in when I was 19 years old, and I'd get back at the end of the day, and I'd throw the helmet like that. That's how I feel like. It's totally
He's
different.
dealing with a lot of crap.
Yes, he is. Raw.
You know what else is fun to look at?
What?
Thursday Night Football.
The best.
It's the Vikings and the Rams. Thursday Night Football, hours away. You are looking at where it'll all go down tonight. Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Ooh, it's a thing of beauty, and I think it'll be full of fans. Will the Rams be able to defend their home turf against the Vikings and remain undefeated?
Hiring?